I'm Juanita and welcome back to the Knit Guru. What's for this week? We're looking at this baby jumper. This is the penguin jumper with penguins on the back and penguins on the front. Well, penguins singular on the front. This here has been made for my 1-year-old nephew. I have made this in the a size for a 2-year-old. What you're going to find down below is going to be the link to the free pattern so that you can make your own penguin jumper if you so desire. I think he's come out really cute. I like his little tiny flappy arms. It was quite a quick knit. This is a double knit pattern. I've used double knit flight merino for the pattern and 4mm knitting needles. So it knits up relatively quickly for a small size jumper like this. The pattern is free down below. I can't remember at this point how many sizes there are, but I'm hoping there's at least 3. So you'll be able to make one for a tiny person in your life relatively easily. Also, if you would like, leave the sleeves off. Make a vest. Or feel free to use the penguin motif in a different knit of your choice. I think it's a really cute and sweet jumper. It's going to make a very nice Christmas present for the wee lad. And I've made it to be a size 2, a 2-year-old size, so that he'll be able to wear it when we get into next winter, because as you can see, summer in New Zealand means Christmas is summer, and penguins in a woolly jumper is probably the worst idea of a gift, to be completely honest. He's also going to get some balancing penguins. If that pattern's released, I will link that down below as well. So if you would like to make your own baby jumper, this video is going to consist of me working on this project, as well as the link to this pattern down below on my website, all for free. Good morning, welcome back to the Knit Guru. What are we here to do this morning? Well, with the AMP show coming up, which is swiftly followed by my nephew's birthday and then Christmas, one of the categories is child's multicoloured garment. Last year I entered a granny hexagon cardigan for my niece, and it was multicoloured, but mostly I was entering it because I didn't have time to do anything else. I still don't really have time to do what I'm planning on doing, because of course I've left all the big projects until the end, but I've made a I've made a tea cozy. Anyway, what's the plan? We're going to attempt to make a jumper with a V-neck for a 2-year-old. Now, my theory behind the V-neck is that it's going to be easier to get over his head, and I hate buttons. I might be in the middle of my cardigan era, but it's fair to say I hate buttons. Then I was like, surely I've got yarn. Surely I've got stash yarn. And then I start digging through my stash yarns, thinking exactly how many balls of yarn does a jersey for a 2-year-old need? Honestly, no clue. Then I remembered by digging through my stash yarns. Ages ago, I got, it must have been a 10-pack of these grey flight merino double knit yarns. I'm not sure why. Probably because it was on sale. I might have got it at Knit August Nights. I might have got it on their Knit August Nights sale online. I'm not overly sure when I got it, but it's this grey colour. It's kind of pleasant. Now, it's worth noting that this child, his parents have both worked in Antarctica. They love Antarctica. His bedroom is penguin themed. The joke was made last year that everybody keeps giving him penguins. Of course, everybody keeps giving him penguins because you made his room penguin themed and you've all been to Antarctica. So also digging through my stash yarn, I know that I've got a whole stack of this vintage merino. This is in a navy blue, which is not black, but it's got a nice contrast. I also have this vintage yarn in this colour here, which I remember as being sweet corn. I now have an intolerance to corn. I love corn. Corn hates me. I don't know what I did to corn, honestly. It's like what happened when I did soy intolerance. Worst thing ever when you're a vegan. So I'm no longer vegan because of the soy. And I found 2 balls of this Colour For Me 8-ply. I'm sure if I dug further, I would be able to find some more of the vintage. Now, I really like the vintage yarn. I really like the flight merino. These are go-tos as far as I'm concerned for any project. I think I've just ordered, I think it's the I think I've ordered the vintage for my next Shakespeare sweater, so that's how much I like the vintage. This vintage here, I think I bought 20 balls when it came on a really good sale, because I was like, of course I'm going to make a navy blue sweater. I haven't. I've just got 20 balls of this stuff. This one here, Colour for Me from Shepherd, I don't like. I know why I've got it, because for a long time, the yarn and fun colours that I could get came in this brand here, Colour for Me, and they had a really cool orange, green, and was it yellow? Multicoloured yarn. So I picked up those, and then I started picking up the coordinating colours for some of their other ranges. But it's not the greatest yarn. It doesn't have quite the same structure as these do. These are all made by Skeins in Napier. I'll link their website below. Not sponsored, I just think they're really cool. They only deal with natural fibres, I want to say. Or at least they did at one point, and they were milling some of their own yarn for the longest time, but I think they've since had to sell the mill part of the business, but can't quite remember. This one, this is it's from Woolmark, so it means it's either going to be Australian or New Zealand. Yeah, made in Australia, but it's got a New Zealand and an Australian email address on it, and it's suggesting using, well, all of them suggest using a 4mm knitting needle. So the plan is a grey sweater that has a row of blue penguins around the bottom with little yellow beaks and white bellies. I should have enough yarn, because I'm sure that a 2-year-old's jumper isn't going to use 8 balls of grey. I know that as I say it out loud, it seems really stupid, because 8 balls is almost enough to make a vest for me, so of course it's enough to make a jumper for him, but it's always the fear of getting it wrong. So let's see if I can crank that out within the next 4 weeks, as well as making another vest, finishing my Supernova blanket, darning in some ends on some socks. I'm sure there's a whole, oh, and finish my baby blanket. So I've got some big projects in there that need finishing. A shag just flew overhead. All right, if I stare at the birds for too long, I will run out of time completely. Here we go. So here's an update on the penguin sweater, and here's why it's taking so long. I have literally lost track of how many yarn tails there are. I am this far through my penguin jumper, which has come out so cute. It's 8:15, I think. After 8 o'clock anyway. I've done the ends of the penguin jumper. That took forever. Okay, so penguin sweater is now finished, including all of the duplicate stitch on the penguins. Penguins do look cute, and it took way longer than I thought. It is now 11:30. I still haven't done any socks. I need a coffee. This is Child's Child's garment, multicoloured. This is the penguin vest. I think I actually need to film a bit of a YouTube clip for this one, because I do have the pattern written out and I am going to release it because it is very cute and it's now award winning. However, this was only third, but they put it on display with just one penguin showing. Maybe it would be better with the 3 penguins. I don't know. Either way, it came third. So, that's our penguin jumper. If you would like to see any other baby knit patterns, I'm going to link them in a playlist over here. If you'd like to make another one of my patterns or to see what else I've been up to on this channel, YouTube thinks you're going to like a video up here. If you want to find out what more I'm going to get up to and whether or not this nephew's going to end up with more knitwear in the course of his life, feel free to subscribe up in the top corner. I will catch you next week. Bye.